lie like this, Blake? Why? Why do you do this? Do you understand? You are not smarter than the internet. Crisis PR team never had to implement any plan because Blake being evil backfired. That is the story. A narcissist targeted someone who she felt was weak, and it backfired on her.
It's time to discuss the potential of Blake Lively wearing orange in the near future, and yes, I'm talking about a prison jumpsuit. Could Blake actually face jail time soon?
I'm learning about what Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds seemingly did. They're trying to cover up a crime. That's what I really do think is happening here.
Candace Owens has brought receipts this time, and if you've been paying attention, things are looking really bad for Blake right now, but should we feel sorry for her?
Should we be compassionate? And the answer is no, my friends. He really might actually have to serve a sentence for this horrific act that he committed.
The Hollywood sweetheart is facing the possibility of a 5-year prison sentence, with rumors suggesting that Lively may have fabricated or misrepresented key evidence in the ongoing legal battle.
Yesterday we covered this, anticipating this amendment to drop.
For this, she could be facing a criminal case, and if the allegations hold any weight in court, things could go from bad to catastrophic. For Blake, lawsuits are common among celebrities who often settle with a check and a carefully worded statement. But the idea of someone like Lively actually facing jail time is a whole different situation. Insiders believe the evidence against her is strong enough to raise serious concerns, and it's causing people to wonder just how much trouble she might really be in.
All of the scoops we got was that you tried to force their hand behind the scenes to get involved in your dirty little campaign.
Some of you might be thinking, oh, but Blake seems so uncomfortable these days, maybe we should go easy on her. But that's Candace Owens' response to it, and the internet agrees. Nope, she destroyed a person's livelihood with her lies. Granted, it's becoming painfully clear that Blake is feeling the pressure. Candace pointed out, Blake's anxiety is practically visible through the screen lately, making it hard to ignore how much she's struggling.
They said that you can really feel her anxiety through the screen.
And you know what? She's not wrong. Just watch this clip.
What happens in the third one? No, I'm joking. Capri and Rome, honestly. So Paul, we really wanted to make this second movie, and I was like, Paul, he wanted to shoot in Capri, and I was like, that sounds amazing, but it's very expensive.
There's so much nervous rambling in that clip, it's almost annoying. Blake's been looking more anxious every time she's out in public. Her face practically screams, "Oh no, they know!" But here's the thing. When you get caught doing something wrong, it's not our responsibility to forgive you, especially when you haven't asked for forgiveness. Blake isn't apologizing, she's not admitting fault, she's not even pretending to feel bad. So why should we? Here's what people are saying. She isn't sorry or remorseful. She's still acting like a victim. Candace believes Blake knows what's coming for her after faking evidence in this case, and she's trying to do some damage control. Candace pointed out the new version of Blake we're seeing on the red carpet, suddenly grateful, hugging fans, smiling like she's running for office.
Candace noticed that we now have this new version of Blake?
No. This is the look of someone who's had a full internal breakdown and is desperately trying to save face. One moment she's acting above reporters, looking down at the peasants asking questions. The next she's Miss Congeniality.
Very used to seeing like a bitchy Blake, right? She's very unkind to reporters.
No. This is the look of someone who's had a full internal breakdown and is desperately trying to save face. One moment she's acting above reporters, looking down at the peasants asking questions. The next, she's Miss Congeniality. Please this. Isn't growth, it's damage control? Let's be real, you can feel her anxiety through the screen. Like, is she on meds? Candace thinks so.
I would not be shocked at all, by the way, if Blake, during this moment, was taking anxiety meds. I believe, truly, it is not an act to suggest that Blake Lively is anxious at this moment in time with so much on the line.
Not surprising, honestly. If I knew the whole world was about to see me for who I really was, and I was about to rot in jail, I'd be stressing too. Now let's talk about the real reason Blake may be going to jail. This woman used a list of power, industry connections, and even dragons. Yeah, we'll get to that. To try and destroy someone's reputation. Why? Because Baldoni wanted to turn a book about DV into a movie. That's it. That's the crime. Blake couldn't stand it. She and Ryan Reynolds launched a full-blown attack, trying to frame Baldoni for something that may never have happened. So yes, when Candace Owens says Blake's going to jail, she means it.
I just want to remind you guys that whenever and if ever you begin to feel an iota of sadness for Blake Lively, I want you to remember all of the things that she did to Justin Baldoni.
Exactly. Go read those text messages. The ones so bad that even Ryan, Mr. PR Genius, is begging to get out of the lawsuit. That's right. Yeah, let's talk about his filing. It's something to see. The man is running from this lawsuit like it's on fire because he knows where this is headed. He's watched enough movies to know this doesn't end well.
Ryan Reynolds filing, which is absolutely something to be seen. It's a sight to be seen. He wants to be completely dismissed from the lawsuit. He wants out on the lawsuit.
But honestly, it's what this couple deserves. First, they started with a financial threat to Baldoni. Do what we want or we'll walk away from your project and leave you millions in the hole. Then there was the alleged behind-the-scenes blackmailing, using Taylor Swift as a pawn to get what they wanted. But before you start thinking it's all Ryan and he's the one doing all the dirty work, just remember, Blake chose Ryan to be her representative at those contract meetings. This wasn't just a supportive husband standing by his wife. This was calculated involvement in something that's now legally very messy and could land them in jail. So, yeah, it makes sense that Ryan wants out, but pay close attention to something here. A pattern. There are lots of blackmail allegations against this couple. If you don't do what they want, suddenly there are mysterious S8 claims floating around. Sound familiar? It's the same exact move they used to replace a composer on the film. It's a pattern, and patterns mean proof. And let's be real. Blake and Ryan thought they were untouchable. They thought they could bury Baldoni's career with a few well-placed lies. They thought they could manipulate the system to make him disappear. But they forgot one thing. The internet never forgets. And once people started digging, it was game over. Now the two are clearly begging to get out of this, as they recently filed a motion for dismissal of the lawsuit. But can't really say that's evil, given what this couple did to start all of this. But hey, if for some godforsaken reason you still think Blake's an angel, seriously, let's talk about a simple favor.
Blake Lively wants to be prominently featured, and then she gets herself into this huge situation worldwide. She is sort of despised alongside her husband.
Yeah, she's not wrong. Because the thing is, the second Blake walks onto a project, it turns into the Blake Lively show, and everyone else might as well be a background extra. But that's not the case this time.
People are just not going to watch a movie with Blake Lively in it.
Just watch this clip of Anna responding to what it's like working with Blake again.
Anna Kendrick was asked about Blake Lively on the red carpet. She was a bit pithy, and I would say maybe trying to be funny, but definitely made a statement when she was asked about working with Blake. Take a listen.
Anna, what does it mean to be working with Blake again?
We're talking about you.
You know, that's celebrity speak for. This was the worst experience of my life, but I'm contractually obligated to smile through it. Then when asked how all this drama was affecting the sequel, here's how she responded.
Does it feel like the movie's being impacted kind of by everything happening around going on in the world?
Why would happen? I did ayahuasca and the last year of my life is just gone, but I've heard the movie's amazing.
Translation. She knows what happened, she just doesn't care enough to play PR cleanup for Blake. Respectfully, no one does. Blake is badly caught up in her lies, and she better start practicing her mugshots because it's clear none of her co-workers are coming to her rescue. And that's the final nail in the coffin. Candace Owens is convinced Blake is actually going to jail for this. Not just bad press, not just canceled.
Really might actually have to serve a sentence for this horrific act that he committed.
And what's Blake thinking right now? Probably that she almost got away with it. If it weren't for the meddling kids, aka the people who refuse to let this story die, she might still be walking around Hollywood with her nose in the air pretending to be the queen of the industry, but instead she's spiraling, she's anxious, she's panicking. And you know what? Good. Because actions have consequences, and this time the consequences are starting to look like handcuffs. Candace made it crystal clear. There will be no forgiving, and there will be no forgetting. I don't forgive it. I will not forget it. When someone goes out of their way to ruin another person's life for no reason, they don't get sympathy. They don't get second chances. They get exactly what they deserve. And in Blake's case, that means a legal reckoning is on the horizon. So girl, get the popcorn ready because this Hollywood downfall is about to be legendary. What do you think? Will the lawsuit be settled behind closed doors, or will it drag on? And what about the shocking criminal allegations? If proven false, Lively could walk away like nothing ever happened. But if there's any truth to them, she could end up behind prison bars. Do you think she'll be serving jail time? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you love keeping up with the chaos of Hollywood, don't forget to hit that subscribe button